Hey Sagittarius, this is your bi-weekly tarot reading. Should we go with that one? I was like, let's do it. Let's go with it. I felt like it really stood out and it's like, I'm going to go with it. I felt like we need to go with it. So that's what we're going to do. All right, Sag. This is for Sag Rising, Sag Sun signs, and Sag Rising signs. We are taking a look at the period of time from the new moon on January 11th with the new moon in Capricorn, that's in tropical astrology, to the full moon on January 25th. And that is with the full moon going to be in Leo, and that's also in tropical astrology. I'm just talking tropical astrology here because I don't have time to talk about sidereal. All right, let's get into it. So during this period of time, we're working with the waxing phase of the moon. For any of you who haven't joined me before here, hi, welcome. These readings are meant to be a 2-week focus where we are working with the energy, working with the current of the moon. I know there's a lot of other astrology that happens throughout the month. However, there's always this undercurrent, and instead of swimming upstream and against the current, this is how we can really work with the energy and work, smarter, not harder, basically. So in these readings, we are looking at which area of life is being pointed out to you, where are you being directed, where if you put your time, energy, and attention into this particular area of your life, it would be most beneficial and have a ripple effect that would benefit all other areas of your life. So that's what we're looking at here, right? And just to say, this particular new moon, I don't always say like, oh yeah, set your intentions, plant your seeds, all these different things, right? While you can, there are some new moons that are just really not the best for it. That's not the case with this one. This new moon is really setting us up, not just for this lunation period, but setting us up for 2024 in a really important way, I believe. And so I just put out a video today. It's about 9 minutes long, something like that, that talks about this new moon, but it really talks about how this is setting us up for the rest of 2024. I would go check that out. I'll link that at the end of the video here. So what area of life is coming up for you? It's the 10th house. I like it, Sag. I like it. So this is career focused, right? This is also your reputation and public roles, but I would say more to do with your career, right? So that's the area of life. It's pretty straightforward. 10th house of the houses, I feel, is pretty straightforward. So what do we have showing up as your advice that comes through, the guidance that is coming through for you? And we have the Queen of Cups. I love her because she is such a muse, right? The Queen of Cups is empathetic, she is nurturing, she is someone who is at home in the realm of emotion and utilizes it to her to be able to rule for her power, right? Like this is her superpower, is her emotions, is this psychic realm, is this fantasy muse-like kind of realm, and how she's able to be in that space, but also to nurture, to nourish, and to not be swayed and like pushed this way and that by the waves of emotion or intuition, right? So I think Sagittarius, this is really coming through. Like, are you inspired? Are you inspired by the work that you're doing in your career? Are you kind of like going through the motions? Like I can remember a time when I used to do coaching. I did that for about 15 years-ish or so. And there was a period that I hit where I knew the last like 3 years that I was doing it, I was just feeling burnt out. I just was like, it wasn't like I was following the advice of like the methods of what you're supposed to do to build your business, and you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that. And it was just so uninspiring, and it felt more draining than it felt exciting. And it's like, I really want to encourage you, especially as a fire sign, to connect with your muse-like energy. Like, it's not, your kingdom is not going to crumble if you were to follow like, oops, I just hit my wrist. If you were to follow like the thread of your muse kind of energy coming through, like where is that thread leading? Follow that thread and really work with that and see how you can incorporate that. Yes, we all have to, especially if you are working for yourself, but even if you're working inside of a company, it's like, there's just so many things that I think that we would rather just not have to focus on and would like to just delegate out to a team instead. And if you're someone who's like kind of doing it all, or you work within a company or whatever it is, of course there are other factors that have to like be taken care of, things that have to be done. But outside of that, like, are you connected? Are you feeling inspired? Where can you reconnect with this energy, Sagittarius? Like, really ask yourself this. And especially with this particular new moon, especially because this new moon in Capricorn, I would say working with this energy is like, get inspired, like put on some music, like lay back, look at your ceiling, daydream, go on walks, whatever it is that you do that helps you to get inspired. Do those things so that you can be in a state of maybe even motion. I find that a lot of times processing in motion is really helpful, but you know, being able to get into a space where you feel like, oh yeah, like ideas are generating and you're feeling inspired. You have to create the space for that to happen. If you're consistently doing and you don't give yourself and I don't mean downtime by watching like some series, like that is not space. I mean real, actual, just space. And bring that in, like give yourself a refresh. How do you want your career to unfold in 2024, right? If you've been trying to set your intentions leading up to the beginning of 2024 or at the beginning of 2024, and here we are, not quite, but getting towards the middle of the first month of the year, this would be the time where you set out your planning and how you want to structure things. What is the framework that you're creating? What's the foundation that you're creating for your career, for your business, how you want it to feel and look as you move forward, especially how you want it to feel. Let that be a guiding point for you. I really feel like this is like, it's just coming through very strongly. I feel like this is a really important message to get out there. So I hope that this feels helpful. If it has, please give the video a like, share it with another Sagittarius. That way I can really build this channel. As I said, at the end of 2023, there are other types of videos and content that I'm really excited to be putting out, although there's some things that are in motion that I have to wait like a month or two. This sounds cryptic, it is, until that happens, then I won't be able to do that quite yet, but make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss out on any of those videos in the future. And again, I really do hope that this is helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.